My first personal headphone was a wired Marshall headphone simply because I was rocking an LG V20 back then and wanted to take advantage of the high impedance DAC of my phone. Since then, I've switched to wireless earbuds since they are easy to carry and sound decently well for a casual user. So it's been some time since I got to test and use a headphone again, and back then, they didn't come with folding designs or noise cancelling features. The Tronsmart Sounfii Q20 is a very budget-friendly noise-canceling headphone that only costs $30 on their website or around 1,700 Philippine peso when roughly converted. But are they worth it? Let me immediately give you the answer to that question though. I'm glad to report that the Sounfii Q20 is worth its price because of the sound quality. However, for noise cancelling, nope. According to Tronsmart, the active noise cancellation of the Q20 can eliminate up to 85% of ambient noise. In the real world, it's a lot less than that. I tested the Q20 in two scenarios. One is in my room with the city's ambient noise but in a quiet environment. Two, it is in a cafe where it's a bit noisy. In a controlled environment, the noise comes from distant car noises, rustling leaves, and dog barks. You will still hear everything, but they are minimal. It's like turning down the volume for those things. So, as expected, the performance is a lot worse in a noisy environment like a cafe. However, since there is more noise to cancel, the effect is quite more noticeable than in a quiet environment. While it's hard to let you hear what I'm hearing with a headphone on, at least the best description I can give you of how the noise cancellation works with the Q20 is by cupping your ears with your hands. Notice there's a rubbling sound when covering your ears? That's what the Q20 is cancelling out, those low frequency sounds. But despite this, it feels like I'm more focused on the task I'm doing or the video I'm watching. I think that's the most beneficial thing I get from the Q20. The battery life definitely takes a hit when using ANC or active noise cancellation. Tronsmart claims 60 hours of playback without ANC and with the volume at 50%, which is achievable because I rarely go above 50% with the Q20 since it has good loudness. With ANC on, expect around 20 hours or less. With my light use of 1 to 2 hours a day and mixed usage of ANC, I usually charge every 7 days. If you need to charge, it'll take 2 hours and a half via USB-C. But do take note you can't use the Q20 while charging. Speaking of ports, the Q20 comes equipped with an auxiliary port for wired listening as well as a built-in mic for calls and voice assistant commands since a double press on the power button triggers Google Assistant or Siri among others. It's also good to have a dedicated ANC button with an LED indicator of itself. The volume buttons are present as well. In the manual, there are combinations used to unlock more functions, such as a 2-second long press on the volume buttons for changing tracks. The Q20 supports two connected devices simultaneously, but if you want to connect a third device, there is no easy way to enter pairing mode but to either disconnect to one of the two devices or a 5-second press on both the volume buttons to initiate a reset. I think it's one of the two annoying things about it. The second annoying thing is the collapsible design that makes it compact. I've seen better implementations, but this doesn't look compact at all. It feels like it's more prone to breaking when you put it inside a bag, especially since the build quality is on the budget side. However, I do give them props as far as the matte finish look goes for this black color. And yes, that is a scratch, and how I got it is still a mystery to me. But hey, you can get this in a white version as well. The Q20 also comes with IPX4 ingress protection, so at best, you can use this while working out. The earpads are over-ear style with 14mm drivers, so they feel comfortable especially with the soft yet thick leather cushions. As for the sound quality, two things stood out to me. The first one is latency. I can edit voiceovers without delays in playback, meaning this can work great in casual competitive games. The second one is the overall richness of the sounds. For a budget ANC headphone for a casual user like me, I am satisfied with the sound quality of the movies, videos, and music I've been listening to. In the default EQ preset, the sound is balanced. I can hear the bass, the mids, and the highs just right. You can further boost the bass by choosing the Sound Pulse preset in the Tronsmart app. If there's something I wish the Q20 had for the next model though, it's better codec support since it only supports the SBC codec, not ACC, and better separation between the instruments. I actually wouldn't mind a slightly higher price tag for those two things as well. All in all, that's the Tronsmart Q20. I can see myself using this for a few months, but since I'm not a beginner with ANC headphones, I definitely would look more for a higher and better model. But that's me. If it's your first time switching to ANC headphones, this is a good start. If you're interested, I will leave the links below in the description box. But that's it for this one. Drop a sub or like if you feel like supporting the channel. And as always, until the next one, stay safe.